back in uncivil liberties.
Wait a second, they can't track us. It's a free country.
Exactly.
Uncivil Liberties, a political thriller ripped from today's headlines. Go to uncivilliberties.com to receive your full-length feature on DVD for only $13.95. Purchase a copy today at uncivilliberties.com.
Obama's polling data is taking a nosedive. Let's take a minute for life. I'm Troy Newman, president of Operation Rescue. Rasmussen reports Obama's presidential approval index rating is a dismal -7%. This downward spiral is tied directly to Obama's radical abortion agenda. Obama has already forced America to fund unethical stem cell research and to pay for abortions overseas. Now he wants to ramrod taxpayer funding of abortion in the new Obama health care system. Friends, America is about to experience an unparalleled assault on the preborn child. If Obama succeeds in financing abortion in his health care plan, it will set the pro-life movement back 2 decades and cost the lives of millions of innocent babies. That's a change we could do without. If we don't act today, we could come back from our summer vacation to a very different America. Let's remind President Obama that abortion is unpopular and we won't pay for it by going to OperationRescue.org.
The governor's race is already heating up here in Georgia, and while there is a lot of talk among Republican candidates about being conservative, there's only one candidate who stands as a solid states' rights Republican on all the issues. His name is Ray McBary, and his campaign theme is Georgia First. Ray is a native Georgian, owns his own small business, and is a Christian and a daddy. And he's no Johnny-come-lately to the talk about states' rights, but has been one of the most requested speakers on the subject across America for more than a decade. So if you want a governor who will stand up to the federal government on issues like the Second Amendment, the Real ID Act, taxes, and your liberty, there's only one candidate in this race, Ray McBary. Visit Ray's website today to learn more at georgiafirst.org. That's georgiafirst.org. Vote for Ray, and together, let's say, not Atlanta, not Washington, but Georgia first.
Magic Phone Guard. For only $29.95, you can fire your phone company, fire your lawyer, fire your government, fire all phone tappers, fire your nosy family extension eavesdroppers, fire your parents listening, fire your boss listening, fire your girlfriend listening, fire your wife listening, fire your boyfriend listening, fire your husband listening. Magic Phone Guard does it all. Order now for complete phone privacy. If the light is green, your phone line is clean. Magic Phone Guard's state-of-the-art circuitry monitors your phone lines 24 hours a day, keeping them private. The CIA bought Phone Guard, and so should you. Order now at www.magicphoneguard.com. That's www.magicphoneguard.com. Or call 1-800-234-5326. That's 1-800-234-5326. And order now for your phone security.
If you can hear this, you are not alone. This is the resistance.
And we're back talking with Catherine Bleish. She's featured in Camp FEMA. Get it now by going to AmericanResistanceRadio.com. Don't forget to visit our Product for Patriots. California, are you there? Otherwise, we're going to go straight to Wade Hicks. California, go ahead.
Is that me?
Yeah, go ahead.
I just wanted to say that the health insurance plan that Obama means to force on the American people is a benefit privilege, and you don't have to accept the benefit privilege. It's a contract offer, and you can refuse the offer.
Okay, and I've heard, too, that if you refuse the offer, and believe me, I don't want the offer, they're pushing for a $250,000 fine and 5 years in prison. Have you heard that?
No, I haven't, but that is also a benefit privilege and contract offer. You can accept for value the bill and send it back to them, and that takes care of the $250,000.
Well, what if they come knocking on my door and they say, I got to go to prison because I didn't buy I choose not to do the benefit privilege. Would you condone lethal force to resist being rounded up in a FEMA camp or any facility because you simply refuse to buy in to a benefit privilege? Would you take what I'm holding right now, which is an AK-47, and put a 1 round into their skull. Yes, I condone that. How about you?
That's option 2. But option 1 is to be like, I mean, first of all, if they have your name on the piece of paper that sounds like your name and it's spelled with the same letters, it's probably spelled in all uppercase letters, and that is not you. And actually, when you get down to it, then the name is not you. The picture on the driver's license is also not you. It's a picture of you, but it's not you. They point to it and say, is this you? You say, no, that's not me.
Absolutely. Well, what's your thoughts about the FEMA camps? I mean, these are real. We're talking about FEMA camps, fusion centers. We're being deemed terrorists. I know a guy in the militia here, by the way, Catherine, you're talking about how they call us terrorists because bumper stickers, the MIAC report, which is in Missouri, and, of course, similar reports, they've continued the policy. They have not done away with it. We had a guy in Georgia. He had a join or die sticker, one of the original flags. And he was arrested and released on a $14,000 bond. They're going insane. They're really pushing their luck. And I really think the straw is going to break very, very soon in this country. People are tired of out of control, unaccountable government. And they're already preparing the facilities to put you, sir, and me in simply for pointing out truth, to pointing out the Constitution. The MIAC report has called Ron Paul a terrorist and Chuck Baldwin a terrorist, and we've already seen people being pulled off the street by military troops. I can reference the G20. The G20, we've all seen the video, the military grabbing a guy off the streets of America. And remember, military documents, and I have a copy of them that aren't released, they're training certain military units now that if you protest a war, even a peaceful war protester is a terrorist. And yet we've seen this in the streets of Pittsburgh with the U.S. military, sir. And, so, I agree with you on this. But pointing these things out to them, they're not changing. They know it. They know.
Of course they know it.
And they're pushing our backs against the wall. Hang on. Thank you. Thank you for your call. Catherine and Wade. Wade, you want to go ahead and got a comment or question for our guest?
Well, I want to know if she's aware of that all of these law enforcement agencies, especially down here in the South after Katrina, and even the ones that are taking these Homeland Security grants, I want to know if she's heard or she knows that the acceptance of federal grant money, there's stipulations in the acceptance of that grant money that they will comply with all federal rules and regulations, which in essence forces any law enforcement agency that takes that grant to automatically be federalized. I wonder if she's actually seen that or heard that, because I've verified it for myself here on the coast, but I was wondering about other parts in the country.
Catherine?
Well, right now, we're in the process. That's one of the things we're wanting to uncover are, the applications, the grant applications, what exactly were the terms and conditions for receiving the funding. I know that there was an organization in Austin, Texas, that did get a copy of the application that they made to Homeland Security, and that was really revealing. So one of the goals is to find out. I do not know what all of the terms are for various grants, if it does require them to follow all federal laws and regulations. I honestly don't know, but we will be coordinating with grassroots citizens all across the nation to request that all of those documents from all of the fusion centers at the same time, on the same day, asking for the same information. So that will definitely be included in that.
So basically, blackmailing. Well, how can we? Is there any congressmen, senators, Catherine, that are working to, stand up for us on what these tyrants are attempting to do? Is there anyone that? I know Ron Paul is, right. Ron Paul and others.
Ron Paul's not doing much when it comes.
He's not doing much on this, really. Why?
No.
Why do you think that is?
Chuck Baldwin is the only one of the candidates who were profiled, who is really going out there and really making waves. Now, I believe that Ron Paul has a lot of his energy focused on the Federal Reserve, and so that's why I say if 2009 was the year of the Federal Reserve, I'm going to make 2010, along with John Bush, the year of the Fusion Center, and we are going to make sure that people are aware of these institutions, and we're going to shed some sunshine on them. Now, there are some state rep in both Oklahoma and in Missouri who are working on the Fusion Center issues, but I'll be honest, the two in Oklahoma I am more impressed with than the ones in Missouri. I don't feel like we had an oversight committee created out of our state legislature, and these representatives traveled to 4 different cities in Missouri holding open public hearings about the fusion centers and the privacy issues. And, I really was not super impressed by what came out of that committee, and I do feel like a bigger stink should have been made. So what we are doing in Missouri as part of this Operation Defuse, which you can check out at operationdefuse.com, we are going to hold our own MIAC hearings in the state of Missouri in the same cities, maybe even the same buildings if we can get them. And we're going to have liberty-loving state rep candidates come, and they are going to hold hearings, and they are going to listen to the public, and they are going to invite law enforcement to come, and they are going to come up with draft legislation, and we're going to try and get it passed in 2011, whether we are elected to the state legislature or not.
Okay, now let's talk about this project for 2010. What can we do to really launch this in our own individual communities, Catherine? Is there flyers, PDFs that we can download? Go ahead.
Well, we are looking for someone to help us with that. That's on our to-do list. We have our strategic plan created. Keep in mind that this idea was born out of the Continental Congress, so we are quickly scrambling to get together resources and get everything put together. We will be touring 8 states in January. It's going to be a southern tour. We're hitting all the southern the border states. We're going to be heading from Missouri to Texas to Phoenix to Santa Fe to Oklahoma City to New Orleans to Atlanta to Jackson to Montgomery, to Jackson to Houston, and then I head back to Missouri. So if you live in any of those states, we will be looking for, I do have state coordinators in some of the states. I'm still looking for a few state coordinators. You can check that out at operationdefuse.com. There's a link where you can look and see where we're going on the southern tour, and that tells you which states have state coordinators or not. We're going to need help with graphics, creating flyers, going out, spreading the word, because it's going to take, a lot of coordination, getting all of these open records requests submitted at the same time. We're going to need help raising money once they tell us. Because what happens, you submit an open records request, and then they respond and they tell you how much money it's going to cost to get those documents. And we are going to be helping. It's going to be up to each local community to raise their own money, but we are here with Operation Defuse to help you do that. We have example letters to the editor, example press releases being drafted right now. We have example open records requests with a list of things to ask for. We're trying to make this as easy for everyone as possible. Right now we're still getting a lot of the puzzle pieces put together, so if anyone is interested in helping, whether it's with research or getting information up on the website, helping us get our appointments scheduled, because we do want to visit every single fusion center in the nation, and we do want to hold community forums in each of those cities, because we feel if we're bringing the fusion center staff and the ACLU and maybe a professor from a local college, and we get them together and we sit them in front of the patriot community and they're able to communicate and see the whites of each other's eyes, when it becomes time for them to write another report or point a gun at someone's face and round them up, maybe they're going to think twice, because they'd actually have the opportunity to meet and harmonize and humanize with the people who they otherwise never would have had an actual human being attached to. It just would have been, another number, another statistic for them. So we're trying to get it all put together right now. We could use a lot of help with all of it. We're really excited. It's coming together really nicely. We're receiving donations from some very very, very influential people, and it's very exciting. I feel like we're doing the right thing, so I hope folks get involved.
Wade, you got a show, Free Speech Zone. Do you think we can help her out and getting the word out?